Out here in West Monroe with a guy who, if you were a fan of the outlaw circuit years ago, you probably recognize him. Ronnie House raced from back in the early 70s up till he thinks probably around 1993, right about the time that Brewerton was going dirt. In that time, he had almost 300 wins, and at one time, he almost became the mayor of Central Square. I got an interview on that we're going to surprise Ronnie with sometime here down the road. First of all, good to see you. How have you been?
Thank you. Excellent. Thank you very much.
You retired nowadays?
Yep, I retired about 4 or 5 years ago, and just retired, and I'm doing outboard motors on the side, just playing with them, having a good time.
This is the view that he has, by the way, as we sit out here in West Monroe. I'm going to pan around to let you see it. Boy, this is very scenic. This is quite the place, isn't it? Great place to retire, I would imagine.
Been here 19 years. Love it.
Nice. Do you do a little fishing, or we mostly just hit golf balls
we
in the
go
water?
fishing on weekends and have all my friends and stuff over.
That's very nice. I saw something you wrote the other day. Of course, the racing community lost one of its biggest men back in the day, of course, with the loss of Eddie O'Neill. You raced against him, or did you ever race against him?
Never got to race against him. He used to work for my dad, and then when I got a little later in life, I actually helped buy a car for him, and he raced at LaFarge with it, and he was one of my heroes just growing up. He was great.
And that's what you said, I remember, in your post. So what do you remember about him, and what was it about Eddie O'Neill that you liked?
Well, I was probably 6, 8 years old when he was working for my dad, and we had a 57 Chevy that we tore all apart, and I helped him take the windows out and everything. And we worked in the shop at Remore's nights.
Wow.
And it was just an awesome experience, learn how to get into it and what was going on with it and stuff.
How did Eddie treat the, how old were you said? You were 7 or 8?
Oh, yeah, I was 7, 8 years old. I was really young.
Did he talk to you a lot? I mean,
oh, yeah. What we're doing, how he's doing things, and welding bars in and this and that, and which I had no idea what he was doing, but he really explained a lot to me.
So as a young kid, you went to the track watching him race the car that you guys built?
Of course, I couldn't drive, and my brother used to take me on Saturday nights to Fulton. At that time, it was asphalt, and we'd run it. And then when Grosso's owned Burton, it was asphalt, and then we'd go down there on Friday nights and watch too.
Nice. Now, by the time I met him, it was in the later years of his career. Did he have a driving style? Did he have what was it that made him who he was?
I saw a flip one time at Burton in front of him, and he drove under the car.
Oh, no.
And the car flipped over the top of him, and it was just amazing. And he just drove it awesome. He really did. He was a great driver.
Is it safe to say that maybe without meeting him and those things that happened when you were 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, that maybe you might not have gotten into racing?
Probably not. I'll tell you the truth. We followed him because he worked for us, or our family. And when I followed him all the way through, and then I went on and did some stuff in business and stuff. And when I got enough money, of course, and stuff, then I kind of sponsored him. It wasn't a lot of money, didn't have a lot of money, and nobody did at the time. And it was awesome fun.
Of course, it didn't take as much as it takes today.
No, true. We were
right?
A lot of junkyard stuff.
Well, and did it change between that time and when you got started? Because let me see, you were 17 and somewhere in the early 70s, right?
Yeah, not really. I started in street stocks at Fulton and Burton. And it was a car that we built in our own yard, and I hate to admit it, my first roll cage was cemented in. It wasn't welded.
Cemented?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, well, we painted it black.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
a little low weight too. So
yeah, it was all just junk stuff. So
okay, we have a young lady who I think she's going to try to jump in the water
here
maybe in just a second.
My granddaughters.
So.
You got to go over there, guys.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be done in a couple minutes, guys, and then you can hit the water. How is the water?
The water's nice and warm right now.
Okay. It's not very deep here, is it?
No, it's right here. It's about knee deep to about 200 yards.
Okay, and then does it drop off?
Then it starts dropping off, yeah.
Yeah, because this isn't a very deep lake anyway, right?
The deepest part of the lake's only about 35 feet.
Oh, I've heard different numbers on that. So as far as best memory from those early days with Mr. O'Neill?
Oh, boy, that could be a lot of them. We had some really good times and a lot of beers. And Eddie was just a true friend. His family is awesome. Daughters are awesome.
I'm sure you can feel for them.
Yeah, I do. I really feel bad.
You know it. So, did he ever get a chance to see you race?
Oh yeah. Yep. He lots of times after I started.
Now, did he give you some particular advice or not? She'll be. I'll just tighten up on the shot for a second. So. Yeah, actually, I'll just tighten up right here on you. Okay. Now,
Go.
what advice did he have for the young Ron House? Oh no, we knew that was going to happen, didn't we? So, what advice did he have for the young driver?
When it was coming up and stuff, Eddie said, just have fun, go for it. It doesn't really matter if you win per se right off the bat. Just keep getting better and better and better. And it's all driving. It isn't really, back then it was all driving. It wasn't really so much how much money you spent.
Yeah, or the technology keeping up with it at that point either. So,
yeah.
So what are you going to do with the rest of your day here?
Oh, I'm going to sit on the porch and have a good family dinner with my dinner. We got the smoker running right now. And
nice. What are we smoking?
I don't know. My wife's got something going on.
Okay. Whatever it is, I'm
Not
sure it'll
sure
be
what
good,
it is.
right?
She bought me a new Traeger grill for my birthday and Father's Day.
Nice.
So
try it out.
I think it's smoked lasagna tonight.
Very nice. Well, have a good time. I really appreciate you making time for me. I happen to be out this way today. I was so bummed out we didn't race a Canandaigua tonight. I wanted to make sure I got some new stuff recorded for you guys. So, Ron, thanks for your time. And again, our thoughts and prayers are with everybody. Anything you'd like to say to Shelly and everybody else in the family?
I'll be there. Sorry.
Yeah, the 14th, I think, is when they're doing that. Good to see you, Ron.
Thanks.